All right, the last time we were together, we were talking about that alligator in the swamp eating the most pizzas. Here's an 8, here's a 7. What number is greater? It is the 8. Alligator, alligator sitting in the swamp. How many pizzas do you want to chomp? You say 8 is greater than 7. Now what if I had a 2 and a 6? Which number is greater, 2 or 6? 2, the 6 is farther from 0. So you say 2 is less than 6 because you have to start on this number and you have to go this way. The same way when you're reading words. When you're reading an equation or reading numbers, you start on the left and you go to the right. Now, we're going to move on from that and we're going to put numbers in order. You might have your number cards in your green or in your folder. I just used a deck of cards and I grabbed out a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, and a 10. It doesn't even matter what color they are or if they match. I'm just going to mix them right here. I also have a number line that looks like this. If you don't have a hundreds chart or a number line, in your folder you should find the road to 50 because that can help you see your number order. I'm going to pull over and turn over a number. It's a 7. I'm going to turn over another number. It's a 3. And I'm going to turn over my third number. It's an 8. All right, now I need to think about it. Think about what is the littlest number that you can see. Because I didn't pull over a 1, and that's where we might want to start counting. My 3 is my littlest. And then I can count on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I need to go back and check. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to write that on my paper. I'll show you what that's going to look like in just a moment. You're going to need, I know there's Bailey, she wanted to come in again. You're going to need this paper. Hopefully you have this in your folder. If not, you can still write it on a whiteboard or your sleeve. So I am going to write a 3 because that's the littlest number, then a 7, and then an 8. Why don't you boys and girls write that as well? Then, that's the littlest, that's the biggest, and this is the number in between. I'm going to put my cards back. I'm going to mix them up again, and I'm going to turn over 3 of them. And I'm not peeking. Which one do you see is the littlest? It's the closest to 0. It's going to be my 2. And then I put the 2 in my head and I count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Before I write that down on here, I need to look carefully to make sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I put my 3 numbers in order from littlest to biggest. I know I skipped some numbers in between, but they're 3 random numbers. So I'm going to write down my 2, and I'll hold it up in a minute. My 5 and my 9. It's a fun way to play with cards, isn't it? We're going to do a couple more. You can always make your own number line. And if you were in my class, I bet you have a number line that you can use. 7, ooh, 10, and 3. Which number do you think is the smallest? Before you write it down, you're going to want to move them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, good. And if you look at the hundreds chart or the my 30 chart, there's a 3, there's my 7, and there's my 10. My 3 is closest to the 0, and then my 7, and then my 10. So I know that that's the right order. 3, 7, and 10. I better erase it from here because it doesn't seem to erase if I wait. Mix them up again. I hope you guys are doing this on yours. 2, 4, 6. All right, which one is the littlest one? Circle it on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's kind of silly. That's exactly the order that I pulled them in. So, the littlest number is 2, the next one is 4, and then there's 6. We're going to do one more. Remember, if you're going to use cards, you can only get one of each number. You don't want to have 2 5s. Got an 8. Got a 10. Got a 6. Now look here. I think my 6 is the littlest. It's the closest to the 0. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to start counting again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I write down the 6, the 8, and the 10. I want to show you the last one, but I'm going to make a mistake in it, and then I'm going to show you how I know it's a mistake. I'm going to start with my 2, and then I think the 5 and the 4. How you're going to know that you have it in the wrong order is you're going to put this number in your head, 2, and then you have to keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm never going to pass 4 again. I already passed 4 a long time ago. So now I'm going to pull this 4 up there and I'm going to say it again. 2, 3, 4. All right, I'll write down that last one. 2, 4, and 5. So you should have this side almost done on your sleeve. What I want you to do is I want you to turn it over and do the back side. Remember, if you can't find this paper, that's okay. You can just make your own circles or squares. If you don't have cards, you can make your own number cards or cut out the ones in your folder. Thank you, and I'll see you later.